Right now, in the middle of an NFL offseason that refuses to stay quiet, the Dallas Cowboys are once again at the center of the league's biggest conversations. And what happens next could define not just a season, but an era. I'm Carlos Eduardo, and today I want to talk directly to Cowboys fans about the George Pickens situation, what it really means for this roster, and why this moment feels bigger than just one contract negotiation. If you followed this team long enough, you already know this is familiar territory. Big talent, big expectations, big pressure, and sometimes big complications. That's the price that comes with wearing the star, with playing for the Dallas Cowboys, with representing what people still call America's team. Let's start with the facts, because that's always where I begin. The Cowboys took a calculated swing when they traded for George Pickens. This wasn't a depth move. This wasn't a flyer. This was a front office decision built on the belief that elite talent changes ceilings. And on the field, in 2025, that belief was justified. Pickens posted career numbers: 93 catches, over 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns, production that instantly altered how defenses lined up against Dallas. From my perspective, the most important part wasn't just the stat line. It was how quickly he synced with Dak Prescott. Timing routes, back shoulder throws, trust throws on third down. That chemistry doesn't always happen overnight. And yet, with Pickens, it did. You could see it in critical moments, especially late in games, when Dak looked his way without hesitation. But this is the NFL, and production is only one side of the evaluation. The other side is reliability, discipline, and how a player handles success. And if I'm being honest with Cowboys fans, that's where the conversation gets complicated. Pickens is now approaching free agency, and according to multiple league insiders, the expectation around the league is that Dallas will use the franchise tag. That tag would land around $28 million for one season. That's a massive number, and it reflects respect for his talent. At the same time, it's not the long-term security most star receivers want after a breakout year. In my opinion, this is where tension becomes almost inevitable. Pickens believes his market value extends beyond a one-year tag. The Cowboys, meanwhile, have to balance his demands with a roster already carrying significant financial commitments. This isn't happening in a vacuum. Dallas is already paying, or preparing to pay, cornerstone players across the roster. Look at the structure of this team. CeeDee Lamb is not just a top receiver. He's the emotional engine of the offense. Micah Parsons is a defensive force who changes protection schemes every single week. Trayvon Diggs, when healthy, is a ball hawk who tilts coverage decisions. These aren't optional pieces. These are foundational investments. So when you ask, why not just pay Pickens long-term right now? The answer isn't simple, and anyone who tells you it is, isn't being honest. The Cowboys have to evaluate not just talent, but trajectory. Not just numbers, but patterns. From what I see on this roster, Dallas is trying to build sustainability, not just headlines. And that matters, especially when you consider Pickens' history. The on-field flashes are undeniable. The emotional volatility is also real. There were moments late last season where effort and focus came into question. Not rumors, not exaggerations. Moments on tape that front offices absolutely notice. Historically, this franchise has lived through both extremes of betting on star talent. Go back to the foundation of what this team represents. Tom Landry built a culture of discipline and structure. Roger Staubach embodied leadership and accountability. Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and Michael Irvin played with fire, yes, but also with a clear understanding of team over self. That history matters. It's not nostalgia. It's context. Dallas doesn't just evaluate players by what they can do on Sunday. They evaluate how they carry the star Monday through Saturday, especially when adversity hits. Now let's talk strategy. The franchise tag gives the Cowboys leverage. It buys time. It prevents losing an elite asset for nothing. But it also opens the door to a standoff. If Pickens chooses not to sign the tag immediately, Dallas would have until mid-July to work out a long-term deal. If that doesn't happen, you're staring at the possibility of missed offseason work, limited chemistry building, and unnecessary distraction. From my perspective, that's the real risk here. Not the money, the timing. This team competes in the NFC East, a division where margins are razor thin. Every year, games against Philadelphia, New York, and Washington are emotional wars. Preparation matters. Continuity matters. Distractions get exposed. You don't want to enter that environment with unresolved tension hanging over your locker room. And let's not forget the stage. Playing at AT&T Stadium is different. The lights are brighter. The expectations are louder. Every misstep is amplified. Jerry World doesn't allow players to hide, especially not high-profile ones. In my opinion, the Cowboys front office is trying to answer one core question. Can George Pickens be a long-term pillar, or is he a short-term accelerant? There's a difference. One builds dynasties. The other chases windows. Talent-wise, Pickens fits perfectly. Size, ball skills, red zone dominance, defensive attention that frees up Lamb underneath. But culture-wise, the evaluation is ongoing. And that's not criticism. That's reality at this level. For fans, I understand the frustration. You finally see an offense that feels explosive again, an attack that can stress defenses vertically and horizontally, and now uncertainty creeps in. But patience matters here. Reactionary decisions are how teams end up cap-strapped and inflexible. If I'm projecting forward, I believe Dallas will tag Pickens, continue negotiations quietly, and push hard for a long-term deal that includes protections on both sides. Guarantees matter. Incentives matter. Accountability matters. Whether Pickens accepts that structure will tell us a lot about where this goes. No matter how it plays out, this situation reinforces something Cowboys fans already know. This franchise doesn't operate in silence. Every move is magnified. Every decision is dissected. That's the burden of history. That's the weight of the star. And as always, the goal remains the same. Championships, not headlines, not off-season wins. Lombardi trophies. This is Dallas football. This is expectation. This is pressure. And this moment, right now, is another test of whether talent and trust can align.